my god, it is somehow like 56 degrees, and during the sunny days in Southern California right now, I am freezing. I've lived here my entire life. I am dying. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miles at Miles of Color
everywhere online.
And today is the very first episode of a new show I am launching called Gram Review. This is where I review your Instagram. I threw up and not puked a story on my Instagram saying anyone who wants their Instagram photos reviewed and their profile reviewed, please reply to this. And I got so many replies. Oh my god. I went through and I handpicked a few of you guys, and I also threw in some more seasoned Instagram photographers to give a nice balance to this video, so I'm not just reviewing beginners, I'm going through beginners, intermediate to advanced photographers and Instagram users. So essentially I'm going to break this video down into like 3 things I'm going to critique. The first one is the aesthetic of the grid. So everything on your Instagram, I'm going to look at it and see if it's all cohesive, if I can see that there's a general style that you are following. The second thing is, I forgot, what's the second thing? What's the second thing? Individual posts. So maybe your feed looks amazing, but maybe if I click on one picture and every single picture isn't like that great by itself, but then all together they look dope. So other people might not have a very cohesive feed, but every single picture is amazing in its own way. And thirdly, we're going to be going over bio/branding. So I think the bio in your Instagram is a very powerful way to brand yourself, as well as the name, the title of your Instagram that you use to basically rank in SEO on Instagram, as well as the overall internet, because when people type in Miles of Color, my Instagram will pop up, but also if they type in like Los Angeles photographer, because I use that hashtag, I'll pop up as well. So I'm looking into branding as well, because I think branding is a super important part into Instagram photography, especially if you're trying to make a business out of this whole thing. Also, to give you some insight as to why someone like me might be critiquing someone else's Instagram, I don't consider myself better than anyone or anything like that. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do and a fun way for me to interact with others, and I did grow my Instagram from 0 to 100,000+ followers in the matter of 3 years, and that is all entirely organic. So I definitely put the work in, and I know how to get myself a following, and I also know what looks good after being on the platform for a few years. However, this is not the end-all be-all. I could be totally wrong. You could think I am full of garbage because, you know what, sometimes I do eat McDonald's and other junk food, so maybe I am full of garbage. I don't know. Let's just hop straight in and start with number 1. Okay, so number 1 is Amanda. I'm guessing Garzin or Grazin. I'm not totally sure what the last name is here, but Amanda, she's amazing. She's been following me for a while. She's been very interactive with the page. And I just want to point out one thing, 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I don't even know what I was doing. Like, I was discovering girls maybe for the first time. Being shy was a hobby of mine. I was a little gross emo kid in high school. Like, I don't know what I was doing when I was 14 years old, but you were killing it. Look at her page. Like, I'm not even like sucking up. Like, I haven't spent a lot of time looking at her work until now, and I'm generally pretty blown away. Like, she's really good. So starting here, her feed, it is very cohesive. It all goes together. I'm seeing the general like earthy tone that she has going on. She has some colors pop, like some blues are consistent in here in eyes and in random objects. And she looks like she really understands lighting, which I'm very much enjoying here, because when I was 14, I don't think I would be taking pictures like this at all. Probably maybe of like sunsets and my dog, even though I was doing that when I was like 23. So you know, she's leagues ahead of where I would be at this age. She's amazing. I'm going to hop into individual posts, and I'm going to pick like a few good ones and a few ones that I think could be maybe a little bit better. Something that I would like to see, actually, just looking at all these photos, is maybe some further back portraits, not so close up, maybe some kind of full body / like mid body, like stomach to some head space over your subject. That would be just kind of cool to see, because I don't see a lot of that on your feed, but I'm not saying that you have to do that, because maybe your style is just close up portraits, but it'd be fun to see you mix it up just a little bit. I love your capture of motion here on this specific photo, the one that says throwback to my favorite shoot of the summer. It is beautiful. Let's see, we have another one in here. That is so cool. Like, she's so good. I'm kind of pissed off. I'm kind of jealous that she's taking these photos. Amanda, you are amazing. And then lastly, let's review the bio. Her title is just Amanda, so she's not really like throwing in like photography or anything like that in there. That's fine. And she has 3,000 to almost 4,000 followers, and she is 14. I think she's fine. She doesn't have to type in any like SEO stuff. Like, she's not growing a business. She's making art. This is dope. Her bio says, "I love you more than my camera. Said no one ever." and that's dope. That is really cool. Then 14 years old, and it has your Pinterest. I mean, I don't really want you to be putting anything else there. I can't see you putting anything else there besides maybe some more highlights of like before and afters or like behind the scenes, but that's also totally up to you. Next up is Pics by Ty. He's also a follower. I like his work a lot. He's really interesting because he shoots mainly male models, and I think that is really rare. Like, we don't see it a lot. He's also very young, 17 years old. At 17, I was like maybe in a band, failing a lot of high school classes. Like, dude, where are these kids coming from? You guys are shooting on the Canon Rebel T6, DM or email for booking, portrait. So I don't really know much about him other than he's 17 years old, shoots on a crop sensor, and does portraits with a smiley face. That's cool, but I would definitely like to learn a little bit more about you in your bio, but I'm not saying that's like a make it or break it kind of thing. It would just be kind of cool to like hop on your page and be like, oh, okay, like he does this, he likes this, or like something quirky about you. That could be kind of cool, but it's not necessary. Let's review individual posts. I'm going to say one thing here. In this photo, I think the skin is like a little too soft for me. Let's see if you have like a before. You don't have a before, but it's a little on the soft side for me. I don't know if that's because when you took it, it was a little too soft or like out of focus or something. You tried to bring sharpness back up, but I would say, you know, shoot with like a high shutter speed, and this looks dope. Like, I love the concept and everything. I just think the skin is a little soft. So maybe check out my frequency separation tutorial that I just dropped earlier, because that might help you out a little bit, but I still love the concept. You know what you're doing. You have a really good grasp of dodge and burn and frequency separation, so I'm not like worried. I don't think you're doing a bad job, but I could just see the skin being a little bit more sharp. So I don't know really like the before of this photo, what the raw image was like, but that's something I could see you improving in the future. Unlike this image, super sharp, love it. It looks really cool, sharper than the last one. It's a cool idea as well. I also just am a huge fan of you using male models almost entirely, and it looks like you've kind of been experimenting, so I'm not really going to tell you what your feed should look like. It just looks like you've kind of been experimenting and you're still in that phase. I think you're going to figure out your exact style, which looks like red is going to kind of creep into your photos, kind of like a red and earthy tone. It's going to be your feed eventually, but I could totally be wrong, but that looks like what your feed is going to turn into. Number 3, Rare Penguin. He is amazing. I love him. He's always so active on my page, and he's actually like a really good photographer. He edited the photo of Sarah for #ColorsFFA. That is a free-for-all editing challenge that me and some other photographers hosted. And right off the bat, you can see that his feed is primarily blue. It's very electric, very vibrant. I'm a huge fan of vibrant photos, the way he's doing them. He's killing it. Let's check out his bio. Waddling in the direction of my dreams. I actually love that. That's really cute. I'm picturing a penguin just out there doing portrait photography right now. That's super cute. Founder of Portrait Flex, Auckland photographer, DM inquiries. I think you might have spelled inquiries wrong, but you know what? Maybe you spell it differently in Auckland. I don't know. I thought it's with an I. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But he's an amazing follower, and let's just like go into these images. I think he really mastered low light here, because this could be really rough if you didn't know how to light images. He even has the color dodge, as if like the luminescent light from the jellyfish is bouncing off of his subject. Really dope. I love your work, dude. I would just say, like, maybe in some of these images, have your models' mouths just open up a little bit like that, just because it'll look like they're breathing a little bit more, because she looks a little stiff here with her expression. I definitely say open her mouth up a little bit. If you can, just advise that. If you're gonna have like a straight expression, say, you know, like, hey, can you just like open your mouth just a tiny bit and like just breathe too, like take a few breaths while we're shooting, just to kind of loosen up, let your shoulders down, because that could really, I think, transform these images to be even more magical, because you're already killing it. Tom, all right, Tom Nosk, he's an amazing photographer. He told me to tear into him and just tear him apart, so that's what we're gonna do today. Tom, RIP. But for real, check out his YouTube channel. He's amazing. I love his work. He's great. And let's see, Tom Nosk, Australian, or Noski, I don't know how to say it, Noski. Out chasing light, photographer, digital artist, filmmaker. That's a lot of commas, bro, but honestly, same. Hi, Tom at tomnoski.com. Watch my latest video. Yeah, so he's a photographer / filmmaker, digital artist. You can tell looking at his feed that he definitely is a digital artist. Wallpapers, YouTube, edits, prints, presets, very organized with his stories. And I really have no gripes here. I'm gonna really run through Tom's work super quick, because look how freaking beast he is. I'd really love to see Tom actually try out messing with less skies and trying to do something a little bit different. only because you're so good at it that I'd love to see you also mix in, you know, maybe shooting from above and like just having someone surrounded by like a bunch of plants or something like that, or just like, or like in water or something like that, you know, just like maybe less horizons, only because like photos like this, super dope. I would love to see you just like mix up the composition just a tiny bit, but at the same time, like, I love your sunsets, everyone loves your sunsets, you're killing it. So it's not something that you have to do, but it'll be a cool little challenge for you to like think a little differently when creating. But once again, that's a personal preference. Next is John at Lame PV. He's a super cool guy. He's grown so much, both his following and as an artist this year. I'm super proud of him. Let's see, John YBK. I have no clue what I'm doing. Founder of Take Ports. I'm guessing those are the people that are in Take Ports as well. And then my photo editing workflow. Oh, he has a YouTube video. That's super dope. What I'm seeing right now is you can get a general idea that his whole feed is basically moody. We have this nice blue undertone. I can just like scroll through and kind of get the understanding of what his general vibe is, which I like. I'm totally into that. Something I could see you improving on just a little bit here, which also, this is a sponsored post, dude. You killed it on the sponsored post. Like, good for you. That's amazing. I could see you adding maybe like a high pass filter over your entire image here just to add a little bit more crispness, but I'm a fan of super sharp images. That's just kind of like what I go for, but you know what? If that's not where you're into, if you've tried that before, I get it. You don't have to do that. I'd also look out for a top light as well. I think what John did really well here is he had his model point their face up like this, so when you have a top light, you get rid of the eye bags that you probably would be getting if her face was pointed downwards like this. You'd be getting some major eye bags and some really unflattering shadows, but definitely look out for top light as well. But it looks like you kind of worked your way around it in these images. So you're killing it, dude. Super, super awesome work. Yeah, definitely just say like try on a high pass filter over your photos sometimes and just see if you like that sharpness, but it's a personal. Hey guys, so editing this video, apparently I can't say personal preferences ever. It's just personal preference. So I'm an idiot. Okay. All right, enjoy the rest of the... Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. That was everyone I wanted to look through. I love all these photographers so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for wanting to be in this video. If you want to be featured in the next video, please leave your handle in the comment section down below and let me know what you would like to improve on or why I should feature you in the next video. I hope this was kind of fun. I hope it was kind of helpful because I just want to help you guys learn a little bit more about photography or just like see things from someone else's perspective. I know that helps me and it has helped me a lot in the past. So that's kind of what I want to get out to you guys with this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow me at Miles of Color on Instagram as well as everywhere else online, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay. I'm gonna try to edit a photo if I can. My voice is going away. I've filmed so many videos today that my voice is just disappearing. All right.